Well, hi everyone, it's Markus and welcome to more Zooming in the Jungle Room. I am super duper excited today because I'm going all the way over to the UK where I am interviewing an ABC TV star. He is, of course, Andy from Andy's Dinosaur Adventures, Andy's Safari Adventures, Andy in the Band, and now coming to Australia, Andy and the Odd Socks. Andy, welcome. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Yes, very good. Thank you very much.
I was just saying to you before we started recording that I had to do a bit of research with some of your songs, and now
Hmm.
they are playing over and over and over in my head. Was
Rent
that
free.
you rent free? Yeah. So, what got you into the gig? Let's start off with that. Like, what made you think, you know what, this is the career that I want to do? I want to entertain children and their parents.
Oh, well, I'll take you back to, I think, when I was about 20. No, sorry, 18. My first job was at a place called the Millennium Dome, which is now the O2 in
Yeah.
UK. If you've ever been there, it's a good place to see a gig. And I worked there as a character host and a street performer.
Yep.
And I'd always sort of performed as a kid because I enjoyed it, but never really wanted to take it up as a career until I was about 18, 19 when I started at the Dome. And then I worked doing PIE, do you know that? Theatre in Education
Yep.
in Italy, went around Italy and worked a lot with kids and decided that I wanted to get into the business, but more specifically, I wanted to get into kids' TV because I was, being a kid, I was obsessed with kids' TV anyway. I was a big fan of like Thundercats and Round the Twist and, all those great kids programs. So I always from an early age wanted to create shows of my own where we could sort of, just that classic sort of kids TV feel. And to inspire kids, really, that's what it's sort of become, to do something that kids can look at and go, oh, actually, I wouldn't mind doing that myself, or, change their lookout on life. And so, cut to sort of present day, I worked for CBeebies as a presenter for the continuity links. And then I got the show Andy's Wild Adventures in 2011. And then went from there, and it was Dinosaur Adventures, Safari Adventures. And I always loved I always loved the idea of having a band. I was always a big fan of music, good sort of solid 80s rock bands. I was well into, of course, loved Queen. And I proposed to my two friends who wrote the music for the theme tunes of the programs that I'd done if they wanted to write a kids album with me. And we did, and we really liked it, and we thought it was good, and we wanted to do more with it. And then we sort of found two people who were willing to get on board with us, and what we wanted to do all together is create a TV show. And we managed to do it after 3 years. We started the band first of all, so we were a band at first. We were Andy and the Odd Socks,
Yep.
and then we created the TV show Andy and the Band, which is about Andy and the Odd Socks going on these like mishap adventures, odd jobs, and and creating more music. So, and then here we are. Series 3 for Andy and the Band comes out in Australia on November the 11th, actually. And we're currently, I'm not meant to tell you this, but currently filming Series 4. That's why I'm in the
Oh,
yellow shirt at the moment.
uh,
I apologize about that, about the hair. I literally ran out of the shower this morning because obviously the time difference. And I'm currently in a weird library.
like it.
But
Because I
that's another
walk
story.
over there, it's like 6:30 in the morning, I think. Is that right?
No. I mean, I got up at 5:45, but it's now 7:37, so it's
Oh,
not too bad. So the hair's drying. It's not.
you're
But I
doing.
wish I had hair like yours. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, no, you don't. I just got back from Bali just yesterday, and this hair in Bali just does not work at all.
All
Too
right. Okay.
But hey, let's talk about you again, because what I wanted to say, you just touched on something. You said the word Queen, that amazing rock band, but you actually had Brian May of Queen appear on one of the TV shows. Well, I think it was Andy and the Band in episode 2, something like that.
So series 2 of Andy and the Band. Yeah, we needed to find a character called the Godfather of Rock, and we needed it to be the Godfather of Rock, and so we we had Anita Dobson, his wife. in one of the episodes, and we managed to sneak the script because we really wanted Sir Brian May to be in it and be the godfather of rock, and to sneak the script to her, and she sort of showed it to him, and it was all about the script in particular of that episode was all about giving kids confidence through music.
Yeah.
And he's all for that, that's he's sort of USP really. He's being in Queen and the way he is. So he really loved the script, really loved the idea. He'd never acted before, but he was so good and so humble and so lovely. And we, of course, as you can imagine, you feel like you're in the grace of in the presence of a legend. So, and he is an absolute legend. So yeah, we got him on board, and he's actually he makes a bit of an appearance on series 3 as well, which, like I said, comes out very soon in Australia.
So is there another dream collaboration, another guest star that you'd love to get onto the TV show that you'd actually really love yourself?
Oh, that's a really good question. And yes, definitely, but many. I mean, we do have a guest star on this series, which I'm super, super pumped about, which I can't say who. But I mean, the Rolling Stones would be very much appreciated, but I'm not sure they'd get out of bed for our little TV show. Who else? Oh, absolutely, Dave Grohl.
Oh, there we go.
Dave Grohl would be up there. If we could get Dave Grohl on the program, then yeah. And Rio, one of the characters, guitarist, he's obsessed with the. I mean, I love the Foo Fighters, but he's obsessed.
And look, you know what? You got to do something for the Australians. You got to give us a bit of Kylie Minogue on there one day.
Oh man, I love Kylie Minogue.
I'll give
Absolutely love Kylie Minogue.
We'll chat.
If you could call her, that'd be brilliant. That'd be absolutely brilliant. Give her a call.
Hey, so let's talk about the show. Andy and the Odd Socks is going to be touring Australia. It is coming to Adelaide, Norwood Concert Hall on Friday, the 17th of January. I might even come along and meet you. But what can we expect from the show?
It is a fun-packed, interactive gig that's theatrical as well. It's got lots of elements from Andy and the band. It's got lots of crazy mishaps going on. There's a story weaved throughout it. We have to basically create an album in an hour, which Whiff, our roadie, didn't tell us about. Andy's mum, who's in the show, I think you'd like Andy's mum, actually. She's a bit of a character. I don't know if you've seen the show yet, but you need to have a look. Andy's mum, she makes an appearance. And yeah, it's just all the songs from the shows, from the albums, so the kids will know the songs. We get parents up on stage. There are dinosaur costumes, there are crazy props, there's Back to the Future references, there's stuff for the parents, there's lots of visuals. It's a crazy hour and 15 minutes and a lot of fun.
And your fan
especially
base
for us,
is huge. I mean, you guys are freaking famous all over the world. Your fan base in Australia is huge. It's just going to go bonkers nuts. But speaking of fans, I know that you've got 2 children. Are they totally into the show? You got
3 now, 3 children.
Oh,
yeah,
you've been
that was quick, wasn't it?
That was quick.
Literally from the start of the Zoom meeting to now, it's 3.
Do it. Yeah, are they fans?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the list is 10 months, so hopefully we'll be a fan. But yeah, Ruby and Indy, they are fans of the program. Indiana is actually in series 3.
Wow,
he plays me as a kid, so I try and get the kids in as much as possible, just because it's just nice for them to look back on when they're older.
Definitely.
Ruby, there's a character in Andy and the band called Ruby. It's named after my daughter. So they love the program. They love Andy and the band. Ruby doesn't watch the adventures as much, but Indiana does. But they're big fans of the Odd Socks. They come to all the gigs and come to the festivals and stuff, and they know all the songs, so it's really sweet.
And they must have, the kids from kindergarten or school, all that kind of stuff, asking for autographs, of course. They'd love it.
Yeah. They definitely. My daughter's very sort of, what's the word? Not humble. Sort of nonchalant about it.
Yeah.
until she gets loads of attention from her mates, and she's like, "Oh yeah, Daddy does that." You know,
Hey.
it's that sort of way.
Yeah, it's going to open doors for them. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
In regards to the tour that's coming around Australia, how many people are in the show?
So we have me and the rest of the band, the Odd Socks, and that's it. And then of course we've got Whiff, who's our roadie backstage,
Yep.
And Andy's mum, who's backstage as well.
Yeah, brilliant.
But there's five of us playing on stage.
Now, when you do your live shows, obviously lots of crazy stuff would go on sometimes. What's one thing that you can recall right now? What's one of the most fun experiences that you've had performing live?
Oh, that's a really good question. I guess it's not one particular thing. I guess I love it when the parents dress up as the characters and they really invest in the show and they bring their kids. Often it's their first gig.
Yeah.
And so they really get involved in it all, and they know the words, and they come up on stage and they get involved, and they just go for it. I think there's no one moment, just those moments I really appreciate, because when you create anything, you just want people to like it and get something out of it, and so when you see that, it's great.
And so when you get to Australia, if you got a downtime day at some point, is there anything you're looking forward to doing?
Well, it depends what part of Australia we're in. In Perth, I'd like to go to Rottnest Island, go and see the crockers. In Adelaide, you've got a lovely beach. I love your beach with your pier.
Yeah, Glenelg.
I like.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I like to visit that. I think if you get on the beach, have a bit of a surf.
Cool.
That would be great. And yeah, and just enjoy the sun and the audiences, really.
Well, of course, because it's going to be January, so it's going to be summer. So
It's going to be hot.
Definitely beach time for you. I think you can do sound check down on Glenelg Beach.
Well, that would be very, very nice if we could, definitely.
Fantastic. Andy, you are an absolute delight to chat with. And literally in the other room, the music is still playing. It's like going to be ringing in my ears as I fall asleep tonight. Guaranteed. And you know what? I'm an uncle to many nieces and nephews. I'm going to bring some along and come and meet you at the show.
Oh, please do. Please do.
I'll be rocking out. I'll wear a costume. Don't you worry about that. So, like I said, everybody, Friday, 17th of January, 2025 at the Norwood Concert Hall. Please go and grab your tickets. I'll put the link in the post. Andy, thank you so much for the conversation, and I'll look forward to catching you in the next couple of months.
Thanks, Markus. It's been a pleasure. Thanks, mate. Take care.
Bye-bye.